NBC Nightly News. With Tom Brokaw in New York, Roger Mudd in Washington, and commentary by John Chancellor.
Scientists at the National Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta today released the results of a study which shows that the lifestyle of some male homosexuals has triggered an epidemic of a rare form of cancer. Robert Bazell now in Atlanta.
Bobby Campbell of San Francisco and Billy Walker of New York both suffer from a mysterious, newly discovered disease which affects mostly homosexual men, but has also been found in heterosexual men and women. The condition severely weakens the body's ability to fight disease. Many victims get a rare form of cancer called Kaposi sarcoma. Others get an infection known as pneumocystis pneumonia. Researchers know of 413 people who have contracted the condition in the past year. 1/3 have died and none have been cured. Investigators have examined the habits of homosexuals for clues.
I was in the fast lane at one time in terms of the way that I lived my life, and now I'm not.
The best guess is that some infectious agent is causing it. Today, researchers here at the National Centers for Disease Control said they had found several cases where people who had been sex partners both had the condition. The scientists say this probably means they are dealing with some new, deadly, sexually transmitted disease. The investigators see this as a serious public health problem. Researchers are now studying blood and other samples from the victims, trying to learn what is causing the disease. So far, they have had no luck. Robert Bazell, NBC News, Atlanta.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Have I gained that much weight? My diet's not working.
Use a diet aid.
Diet pills?
Not pills.
The AIDS Diet Plan with Candy Cubes. Both diet pills and AIDS Cubes help curb hunger, but AIDS Cubes do more. They help satisfy your need to taste, chew, and enjoy.
Gotta get a shot of this. You're eating less.
Thanks to the AIDS Plan.
AIDS Cubes do more than pills. They help satisfy your need to taste, chew, and enjoy while they curb hunger.
The ultra-mileage Nissan Sentra, #1 gas mileage car. Look at that highway number. Look at it.
You need it!
Nobody has it but your Datsun dealer.
You need this mileage. It's #1. You need this car. It's #1.
You need it!
New Nissan Sentra. Datsun, we are driven.
As far as we know, the children's Tylenol, the chewable, have not been implicated yet.
Exactly what is going on right now, they're just assuming that it could be the cyanide-laced capsule also.
Rating Control Center.
The phone has been ringing off the hook at Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's Medical Center in Chicago. It's the regional poison control center for the entire Chicago area. Poison specialist Lane Olaf.
We've been receiving calls about once every 15 seconds. At Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's, we only have 3 poison lines, and they're lit up constantly, ever since yesterday morning.
Right now, they're telling people which lots of Tylenol are known to have contaminated capsules and checking to see if callers have displayed any symptoms of cyanide poisoning.
If they have it, tell them to go in the emergency room. If they don't have that and they took it yesterday, we just tell them, you're probably going to have no problem with it. Just hold on to the bottles. Don't take any Tylenol extra strength for the time being until you hear otherwise.
Most of what's going on here is informational. Officials here say if anyone has taken a cyanide-laced Tylenol capsule, they probably wouldn't be able to make it to the phone to call.
They used to.
I'm Jeff Locke, CNN, at Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's Medical Center in Chicago.
Is the arcade experience. We're ColecoVision, and we bring the arcade experience home. With arcade graphics, like Donkey Kong with multiple screens, just like the arcade game, arcade controls. And ColecoVision is an expandable system. Plug in the first expansion module and play all Atari VCS-compatible cartridges. More arcade games than any other video system. Now, bring the arcade experience home, because your vision is our vision. ColecoVision.
Weeknights at 7:30. Test your wits in the exciting game of tic-tac-toe. How much do you know about history, TV trivia, or geography?
This famous structure took millions of soldiers nearly 20 years to build. For a tie game, in what country is it located?
I hope it's China.
It is, and we have a tie.
It's the game of knowledge and skill, and you can play along. Join Wink Martindale for Tic-Tac-Toe, weeknights at 7:30 on King 5.
Steve Young's in dear old Boston, the home of the cod and the bean.
Now the first American city to zone those darned machines.
The way officials tell it, Boston has become the victim of an electronic blight. With fewer than 600,000 people, the city has 4,000 to 5,000 video games, not just in arcades, but also in drugstores, pizza parlors, supermarkets.
In some sections of the city, we have a machine or two machines and sometimes three machines in virtually every single corner store in a neighborhood.
City officials today announced that video games no longer will be licensed in residential areas, only in commercial and industrial neighborhoods. Officials say they are responding to complaints from parents that children have skipped school or stolen money to play the games and made a nuisance of themselves.
Senior citizens have rights. They have rights to go into the laundromat and wash their laundry in peace. They don't have to go by 2 or 3 machines or kids congregating and passing fast remarks as they walk in and terrorizing them in some instances as they go in.
Under the new regulations, licenses for about half the video games already in Boston are unlikely to be renewed, including those in the basement of the South Boston Martial Arts Academy.
The reason we requested to have video games is so we could bring in extra money so we could allow those kids that are out in our neighborhoods that can't afford to come.
When they don't have something to do, when they're walking the streets, that's when problems are created, not because of machines. The lack of machines causes problems.
You're always talking about this demeaning, making kids' minds like vegetables. Talk about them out on the streets smoking pot.
One MIT study of more than 800 video game players found no basis in fact for an underlying fear expressed by parents during public hearings that video games lead to violence. Though a conclusive study has yet to be conducted, Boston went ahead with its restrictive rules. The industry plans to fight City Hall in court. There have been skirmishes before as smaller communities acted, but now a full-scale battle has been joined between the video game industry and its opponents. Steve Young, CBS News, Boston.
Michael Jackson is back in action with his new album, Thriller.
Billie Jean, that's my love. She's just a girl.
Thriller, Michael's new album featuring his latest hit, Billie Jean, plus his smash single with Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine.
The girl is mine.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. The excitement never lets up.
Available at all Sam Goody stores for $6.99 LP, $7.49 tape.
I'm sorry to intrude on this tender scene.
I knew her before you did, loved her before you did. I wasn't as lucky as you.
I'll take care of her myself.
No, not that way.
I stood looking at her when she was asleep. I could have...
Quiet, Alex. You are almost as impetuous as before your wedding. You barred me from that episode. Let me arrange this one.
Alicia, what's wrong with you?
I'm so glad you came.
I had to. I couldn't stand any more waiting and worrying about you. There wasn't a hangover you had that day. You were sick then.
Yes. Yes, I was sick.
What is it?
Oh, death.
What is it, dear? What's wrong with you?
They're poisoning me.